Okay, so here's what our coop looks like when you walk up to it from the outside. This over here is a barn shed that we had put together. We bought it at Menards about 12 years ago, and we put it together and it's held up just great. It does need a new paint job and it's looking a little rough, but it has held up wonderful. We've had goats in there. We now have our chickens in there. It's the hen house. We have had dogs in there. We've done all sorts of things with that. It's been a really great investment for our little homestead here. And then this right here is our coop that my husband added then to the hen house. He started it during quarantine, so we've been busy. Before, what they had was just an open outside yard right here, and it wasn't enclosed, but he completely tore that down and started from scratch. So let's go on in and I will show you some more features that we have. We're going to start with the outside coop first. So he put this nifty little latch on. I really appreciate that. And he made this door as well with the it's just a wooden frame with chicken wire on it, and I really like it. The girls are being really loud today, so sorry about that. Hopefully you can hear me okay. So this right here is string. It has a hook on the end. Let me see if I can show it to you. And that is for the feeder right here, and it has fallen off recently. But normally that feeder is hanging on that hook there. Here is the waterer. And then we have another feeder hanging right here as well. We put the food, this is the garbage can with our feed sack inside of it. We put that in the middle of the coop because when it was over there by the door, which is where I'd like it to be, we're getting rain really bad in there, so we need to kind of figure that out. But that's why it's in the middle of the coop, to keep the feed dry. We put sand in our coop. And I found another homesteader blogger on Pinterest, and this homesteader on Pinterest who put sand in her coop, and so I really appreciated that. So we are doing that this year for the first time, and we love it. I like it a lot better than wood chips, and it's easier to keep clean, and the chickens love it. It's great. Here's a little ramp that my husband built to go into the side of the coop, and as you can see, or the hen house, as you can see, the chickens love it. They go up and down in there. Our ducks can also use it. And then we're using chain link fence to go around our coop on the bottom, and then he has chicken wire on the top. And the reason for the chain link fence around the edge, around the bottom, is because we got it for free. So that's just what we're using. And then we have the the chicken wire along the top, as you can see. And then this is another door that he built. And so this door goes into the goat pen, which right here you can see our little guy right here. That's our breeding buck. But this is our door that goes into our coop, and I love this door. It goes into from the chicken coop into the goat pen, and we did that for cleaning purposes, for letting the chickens in and out, that type of a thing. And it's just nice to have. I don't think you can really have too many gates and too many doors, so we can use this for any future need that we have. But right now it was just for access to the goat pen and access for cleaning purposes. So then right here on the bottom of the door, he has a little sliding door. So let me show you how it works. You just slide it up, and then that's a big enough hole for the chickens to get out, and you can slide it down and then they can't get out. So right now we have our girls, we're not letting them out because that's our rooster on the other side of the fence there, right there. Right now we have our girls inside, but see, they saw me messing with the door, and they know exactly what this one right here is waiting to go out. We stopped letting them out because they were laying eggs everywhere. They were not coming back to the nest boxes. They were laying eggs everywhere and were not we couldn't find the eggs. So we're keeping them in for now. We need to kind of figure that situation out so we can, so they'll come back and lay their eggs in here. And I have a lot of people buying eggs right now from us, so I would like to keep their eggs as much as possible. There they are using their ramp again. Okay, so let's go back out and we will look at the other part of the chicken coop. So we'll shut the door here and latch it. Okay, so next to the chicken coop, the main chicken coop, we have another coop, and this is another door. I hope you can see it okay. And it's attached, so we will go in here. This is just, here's kind of what it looks like. It's the bottom. It's a fence back there. This we built because we had a bunch of Bantams that were getting, you know, pecked to death by these guys right here. So we built a second kind of smaller chicken coop for them. And this, I am so excited to have this coop here. We got rid of our Bantams because we just decided that we just don't want to have to deal with them through the winter. We just don't want them. This structure right here, which is serving right now as a hen house and was the house for the Bantams when they were here, was actually a goat structure that we had out in the pen for the goats. It was completely open and the goats were climbing on it and playing with it. My husband enclosed it, put a roof on it, and now we're using it in here, this little mini coop for the hen house. And we have used it since we've gotten rid of the Bantams 3 or so months ago. We're actually using this little area more than I thought that we would. Anyway, we've used it for animals that are sick or chickens that have gotten kind of pecked on, that type of a thing, and they need a place to get away from everybody because if you keep chickens, you know they can be kind of brutal sometimes to each other. So, but right now what we have in here is we have a mama and her babies. Let me see if I can show you. We are so excited about these guys. Can you see them there? We are so excited about these guys. I have been homesteading for about almost 20 years and I have never had a hen sit on eggs to hatch them. I've never had that happen. I've had some hens start to go broody and they start to sit on eggs and then they just stop. Or I've never really had one go broody for long enough to do it. And then we did have some ducks one time that she tried to hatch some eggs and got almost done, and then a possum got in there and ate the eggs. So we've just never had it happen. So I'm so excited. I love these little guys. She ended up having four hatch. She had 8 eggs she was sitting on. So I was pretty excited for a 50% hatch rate. We've incubated eggs before, and so I'm familiar with doing it that way. But this is so exciting. So the fourth one ended up getting out of this little area and then ended up getting next door, somehow got through the fence and went next door and got mauled by the other chickens over there. So she's got 3 little ones, and these guys are about 4 or 5 days old, and we are just so excited to have them and just thrilled. We're just super excited. Right here goes up this way and then up this way, and right now we have it blocked off so she actually can't get up there because I didn't want the chicks falling down because this is like a 2-story structure. But normally the chickens can go up that ramp and then they come up into here, which is kind of a little house space. And so this is where the chicks were born. This is where she was sitting on them and where they were born. We left them up here for a few days, and we put them back away at night. And so then we have this little door, and then my husband made this little door, and it slides down like that. And then we can take it off, and then he even made a little screw to hang it on like that. And yeah, so he also built a little pallet door. I hope you can see that okay. To go on the front here for the babies. This is super temporary. We're propping it up with a little board there, but we're just having that on there so the chicks can't get out and get over here with these guys who killed the last one. So that's going to go away here before too long when the babies are too big to fit through this chicken wire that we have down here. Okay, so now we're going to look at the hen house. The first thing I want to show you is these feeders right here. So these are feeders, and then this is just a extension cord we have wrapped around it. But you can take off this lid and then put the feed down in there, and then it goes down and then into the hen house down there. And then I'll show you on the inside what that looks like. But my daughter built these for a 4-H project, so that's kind of exciting. We haven't really used them yet. She built them in July. It's now October. The chickens have been outside here eating like this. So in this winter, I think is when we're probably going to use it the most, when the chickens are less likely to go outside. Okay, so let's go inside. Okay, so here's the inside. So this hen house inside is a mess and needs to be cleaned out. We are on our school break, and that's one of the things that we do on school break is we do a deep clean of the houses and the goat pens and that type of thing. So this is my daughter's prize chicken. She loves her. Her name is Cindy. But this is just a hen house, needs to be cleaned. Yes. And then these are the nest boxes. So there's 1, 2 chickens in there. I don't think anybody, oh yeah, there's one in there too, nesting. And then he built this little, my husband built this little, little perch for them to jump up onto to get into the nest boxes easier. And then I'll show you on the outside what that looks like. Oh, we also have a heater. This right here is a heater. And it, we turn it on in the winter, and it's great. And the chickens love it. They huddle around it, and it's really great in the winter. So here's the door that I showed you that goes out to the ramp. So you can kind of see there's one coming in now. And then here are the feeders on the inside. So as you can see, we haven't really used it. We need to clean these out. They're just kind of dirty. But we'll have these then will be full of food, and then the chickens can eat them that way. When we redid our chicken coop this spring and summer and added all this on, my husband also raised up this shed. So it used to sit on the ground completely, but he raised it up and then built this deck for it, and then the stairs for it right there. And so yeah, he did all that, and then he put this tin along the bottom so the chickens, because they were crawling underneath the hen house, so he did that. And then here's the nest boxes, so that's what it looks like on the outside. And then you can come over here, open it up, and then there's the girls. So there's 2 in that one, and then they're all laying. And then as you can see, the egg, so we can just come in here without having to go into the hen house and grab the eggs, and then we're done. So that's the tour of my chicken coop and our hen house. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that there are some things that you found that could help you out with maybe your chicken coop, or just ideas for your future homestead or current, if you are homesteading currently. Any of this can be done in a backyard as well if you live in a city that allows chickens. So yeah, we currently have, I forgot to mention, we have about 20 chickens, 20 hens, and then a rooster who pretty much lives outside. And then he lives with the goats at night. He just goes into the barn and lives with them. We don't really let him in with the hens because he's pretty mean to them and pulls their feathers out, and we just don't want to deal with that. So yeah, so thank you for joining me today, and I hope that you learned something, and I hope that this was helpful. Thank you.